Now I'd like to introduce someone who is still, as we call him, the main man of this event, the founder of the Center on Disabilities and the creator of the CSUN conference, Dr. Harry Murphy, who will present the Fred Strache Leadership Award to Tari Hartman Squire. Dr. Murphy, come forward.
This night we honor two leaders in the field, Dr. Fred Strache, for whom this award is named, and Tari Hartman Squire, that's T-A-R-I, Squire, the recipient of the award for. First, a few words about Fred. You did hear a little bit. He was Vice President of Student Affairs at the time this conference was conceived. He remained in that position for about another 15 years or so. Now, I have been recognized as the founder, but if I am the founder, Fred is the father of this conference. I say that because none of us would be here tonight without Fred. 36 years ago, there was a year of planning. As I dreamed up a new conference on technology and disability, he was the one who had to give the green light, because planning and execution meant resources, time, money, personnel. I told him quite clearly I had no idea this conference would be a success. He rolled the dice with me, and here we are, 35 years later. Fred retired, moved to London, where his wife was the head of the Pepperdine University Study Abroad. He was there for about 10 years. And my wife, Debbie, and I visited him there 5 or 6 times over the years. He was always interested in keeping up with the activities of the conference and always applauded those named as recipients of the award in his name. I told him that this year we had an especially worthy recipient, Tari Hartman Squire. Fred and his wife are now happily retired to Honolulu. Tough life. Well deserved. There are many styles of leadership. There is one where a person might be very visible, who commands a lot of attention to his or her own activities. This was not Fred. He was a humble person. His unique leadership quality was this: he was a leader who created other leaders. We now come to Tari Hartman Squire. I have known Tari for a very long time. Now, one of these remarks coming up is from someone who knows her not as long, but even better. I spoke to her husband, Jason Squire. Cannot be here tonight because he is teaching a class in the School of Cinematic Arts at USC, her alma mater, my alma mater, William's alma mater, and I hasten to add another alma mater, all three of us, is CSUN. We are all grads of CSUN. Jason will soon have a video of this, I understand. So Jason, thank you for your help. I quote Jason, She is a pit bull disguised as a pussycat. She is a pit bull disguised as a pussycat. That's hard to say. Maybe I should just stop there and be done. That might sum up the whole thing. But wait, there is more. Tari has corporate and nonprofit interests through her company, EINSOF, E-I-N-S-O-F. He informs me that that's a Hebrew term that loosely equates to make the world a better place. And this is her North Star. Corporations like Apple, AT&T, CBS, and Colgate-Palmolive reach out to Tari when they want to create innovative and effective engagement with the disability market and labor segments. She says her mission is to create communities, and she is the biggest networker among communities of persons with disabilities that I have ever seen. She's the founding executive director of the Media Access Office, and through her many efforts has especially been a champion of placing people with disabilities into prominent positions in the entertainment field. And through her organization, Lights, Camera, Access, she endeavors to place qualified people in front of a camera, behind the camera, as writers, producers, directors, and executives. In the spirit of Fred Strache, whose mission in life was to create other leaders, this year's superb choice to receive the award in his name is Tari Squire. For you.
That is beautiful.
Well earned. Congratulations.
Sweetheart. We're gonna hug. We're gonna hug.
We've known each other for 100
For
years.
100 years. Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Harry. Whoops. It's gorgeous. This means so much as a CSUN alumni, especially coming from you, Harry. Where are you, Harry? There you are. Okay. From you, Harry. My first mentor, who I met through my brother Michael, when you headed up the CSUN Center on Deafness, which was before you headed up the CSUN Center on Disabilities, that sparked your idea to start this glorious annual international conference. Let's applaud Dr. Harry Murphy, founder of this conference 35 years ago. And let's face it, it's good to have a doctor in the house this year anyways. I learned important lessons at CSUN, although you'd never guess that from my GPA. Harry headed up an interpreter training program, and while my signing wasn't great, that wasn't a reflection on their ability not to teach, it was my inability to learn. So I didn't continue with that program, but I did learn a lot at CSUN from Harry, and that program that helped standardize the emerging profession of interpreters with plain blue smocks, no earrings, no fancy nail polish, and the theme was not to call attention to yourself, that you were of service to a deaf client and only there to facilitate communication. That's it, period. You know the disability anthem, Nothing About Us Without Us? Well, this was nothing about us. And that's a true leadership that I learned from CSUN, that it's not about being out in front. It's about being behind the scenes, facilitating communication, not calling attention to yourself, and being of service and empowering others to strategize, mobilize, innovate, and push their ideas forward. So I did take those lessons to heart at CSUN as a non-disabled ally who serves and answers to a higher authority, which are authentic disability community leaders. And that's the hallmark of my company, EINSOF, as a media, business, and disability strategist for some 30 years. I started when I was 5. So as you know, since the beginning, the CSUN International AT Conference, which was an idea of Harry's, has always been a think tank, an incubator. This year it's like a petri dish, but it's more, and you probably feel right at home, Harry, because when you retired, you do speaking gigs on cruise lines, right? So I hope you're gonna stop that for a while. So for those of you that aren't here in person, we miss you. There's a new entertainer this year, the Masked Singer. It's a joke, guys, you can laugh. We miss you, but you're with us here in spirit. And like my husband, Jason, as Harry said, I know you can't be here tonight, honey, but I love you, and I'll see you later. So CSUN as an incubator, for example, 8 years ago, here at CSUN, while working with Susan Mazrui, M-A-Z-U-R-I, Aaron Bangor, B-A-N-G-O-R, and Mark Balsano, B-A-L-S-A-N-O, we met with Microsoft, IBM, Apple, Comcast to explore the idea of an office on accessible technology. And AT&T became the first to do that, and today it's an emerging industry standard. Last year here at CSUN, and also at M-Enabling, thanks to the WITH Foundation, we recorded interviews with accessible technology leaders, which was actually Harry's idea, so that we could archive leadership that was created here at CSUN as the nation ramps up to the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. So I hope you'll all join us on July 23rd at the Kennedy Center for ADA30 Lead On celebration of disability arts, culture, and pride with the Mid-Atlantic ADA Center. So this being of service does drive my life work. So for example, when Mike, Larry, and Margot wanted to create more authentic stock photos, our focus groups with authentic leaders of the National Disability Leadership Alliance resulted in the Disability Collection and guidelines for 240,000 photographers who shoot worldwide for Getty Images. And focus groups with Bank of America launched the Accessible Banking Division, and AT&T tested their advertising marketing messages and created a rate plan for deaf folks. And Apple, but can't talk about that. So when Mattel launched Becky, Barbie's friend who used a wheelchair, we positioned that with the reauthorization of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. And then when she didn't fit in the inaccessible dream house, there was crisis communications, but Ron Mace fixed that, and now the dream house is accessible. And as Harry mentioned, our Lights Camera Access project builds on the success of the Media Access Office for aspiring filmmakers, storytellers, and media professionals with disabilities to own the narrative, because disability media has the power to shatter myths on large, small, and personal screens worldwide. We have 136 collaborators, but I want to just shout out a few of them because it's really a team and a community that builds this project. Derek Shields from the National Disability Mentoring Coalition, Steve Allen from PolicyWorks, Michael Koffer, K-A-U-F-E-R, from Deaf Film Camp, Dominic Evans, D-O-M-I-N-I-C-K, from DisFilm, Anna Packman, J.D. Michaels, the California Department of Rehabilitation, Television Academy, NBC Universal, Emma McElroy, who's also a CSUN alum, Joseph Fernandez, San Diego State, the Quello Center, Facebook, and on. It's really a community of people that want to change the way that disability is shown in the media. So in closing, as our new world moves to more virtual gatherings, it's the groundbreaking work at CSUN that allows millions of students around the world as universities shift from physical classrooms to virtual platforms. You, here at CSUN, in this wonderful incubator that Harry started, are making those platforms more accessible so everybody cannot be left behind. So this award is deeply personal. You know, diversity is a business imperative and inclusion's a choice. And all of you here at CSUN and all of you at home that are usually here at CSUN, you have a relentless pursuit of accessible and usable technology towards inclusion. So when we all wash our hands over and over and over again, let's sing happy birthday twice to CSUN, to Harry who built the dream, and to Sandy and her team who carry the torch. And in the immortal words of Justin Dart, I love you, lead on, you have the power to live the dream. Thank you.
So congratulations, Terry, and thank you so much, Harry, for the tremendous remarks in introducing her.